What's up, window licker? Welcome back to my channel. Now it's time to check out a match. Today we're going to be looking at Blaine Evans versus Moshpit Mike in a Colt 45 Memorial Desert Deathmatch from IWA Deep South's Carnage Cup 12 Day 2. The match took place during the semifinals of the tournament on October 10th of 2021 at the VFW Fairgrounds in Carrollton, Georgia. Just a quick random match I figured I'd cover for you guys. The original stipulation was a barefoot death match, but both guys didn't want to do it, so Kevin Brennan, the owner, changed it to a Colt 45 Memorial Desert Death Match. If you guys watch my content and you're enjoying it, please hit the subscribe button. We only moved up 0.1 from last time. I usually say this at the end, but I decided to hit you guys with it first. We got this match after Moshpit Mike defeated Hoodfoot with a Vader bomb onto a Gusset plate board in the quarterfinals. Blaine Evans defeated John Rare in the quarterfinals in the first ever Spiral Deathmatch. They used so many fucking weapons, and this is the match with the infamous finger chop.
Oh no, don't tell me.
He's gonna take
an actual finger?
Take a finger.
Wait a minute!
The match starts out with a shot of Nathan Hamilton on the outside of the ring introducing the match.
Introducing your first competitor.
Nathan stands there waiting for the music to start up, and we get a shot from the hard cam of the referee standing in the ring. If you're wondering why the crowd is so small, it's because this was a private event. It's almost like a horror movie vibe. What the fuck? Something went off. They had a lot of fireworks at this show. We finally hear Last Resort by Papa Roach come over the speakers. The same song that Nick Mondo used to come out to. We finally get a shot of Blaine Evans making his way to the ring. He walks up with his fingers up in the air and he goes over to the crowd and says what's up. Blaine starts walking around the ring wearing his Southeastern Pro Wrestling shirt. We see Blaine pacing, not sure where to walk on the outside of the ring. He walks up to the ring and climbs up on the apron. He starts making his way into the corner and climbs up on the turnbuckle and poses for the fans. He jumps off the turnbuckle into the ring and then starts walking around in a circle. His music fades out and the fans start giving it up for him, and then I sped it up for you guys because it took a while for them to get ready for the match. While it's sped up, Blaine says something to the owner Kevin, and he comes up and walks up and says something to him, and then Blaine exits the ring. Nathan Hamilton gets back on the microphone and introduces Moshpit Mike.
Now, approaching the ring, from the 505, representing Gypsy Crew, Moshpit Mike.
We hear the fans giving it up for him as ICP's Let's Go All The Way plays over the speakers, and we see Blaine climb back in the ring. Next we see Moshpit Mike making his way to the ring. Mike talks shit to a fan and starts flexing his ICP shirt. Moshpit Mike getting into it with the fans on the way to the ring as he cursed them out the day before.
Not a single one of you motherfuckers deserve that. Y'all want to sit on your ass? That's fine. So fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Mike stands on the apron and climbs through the ropes, and Blaine immediately goes into the corner and picks up the pair of bolt cutters that he used to cut John Rare's finger off the day before.
Sitting next to the boys. Oh shit. Blaine Evans has those gardening shears.
Moshpit Mike starts looking at the referee like, bro, what the fuck do I do?
He's the guy, yeah.
I need all my fingers.
He plays with the bolt cutters and we hear the bell ring.
It's all 8 of them.
Blaine tries to hit him with the bolt cutters, but Mike ducks out and Blaine takes him and stabs him into his stomach. He puts Moshpit Mike in a headlock and brings him over to the ropes and tries to cut his fingers off. Before he could do it, Mike fights him off and he stands up to his feet and gives him a big knee.
Desert Deathmatch, the second match.
Gives him a big forearm to the back and then grabs onto him and twists the arm.
If you're at home watching this.
As he twists the arm, he points at Blaine's bicep and gives it a big punch.
Oh, look at that.
Moshpit Mike was punching the stab wound from where John Rare took a box cutter and stabbed Blaine Evans in the arm on day 1.
Wait a minute, he stabbed him!
He is stabbing him in the arm! In the back
Mike
of the
stands
bicep.
Blaine up to his feet and twists his arm again and rakes his arm over his shoulder.
What is that? What do we got here? Voice of violence. That bed of
Mike's starting to get hyped up, but Blaine counters and starts twisting his arm.
my goodness.
Opened and stuck into a board. We have scorpion peppers. And we have cactus
We see Mike selling the arm, but he fights back and puts Blaine in a headlock.
skewers and
In the demon child's crib over
yes,
there.
yes, we do.
Maybe that's from the
Blaine pushes Mike up against the ropes and throws him to the opposite side.
To get your
Mike hits him with a shoulder block, but it does nothing, so Blaine's like, do it again.
for you.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Big shoulder.
Knocks Blaine down this time.
To be utilized in the
Moshpit Mike going in on that fan, and he starts looking for weapons.
Carnage Cup 12.
He bends over and picks up a fresh light tube, and we get a shot from the hard cam of him holding
There
it.
we go.
Look
He lines it up to Blaine's head, but Blaine counters and kicks him in the stomach and headbutts it into his head.
Oh no!
He takes the broken light tube and stands behind Mike and starts carving up his forehead.
Sacrifice.
As he puts the broken light tube to Mike's head, Mike pushes him off, and then we see him check his head for blood.
That crown. At the
Blaine starts looking around the ring for weapons, and he picks up a green bat with skewers in it and starts putting it up to Mike's head.
That's beautiful.
We get a sick shot of Blaine putting it up to his head.
A lot of cojones there.
Blaine pushes him down.
Skewers in his head. Oh, God.
Huge shot to the back with the skewer bat, and we see Blaine throw it down.
Skewers. Oh.
He walks over to Mike and flips him over on his back and goes for the pin and only gets a 2 count.
Only 2.
Just gets the deuce out of it.
Too early.
We get a shot from the hard cam of both men trying to make it to their feet. When the men stand up, Moshpit Mike grabs the skewer bat and nails Blaine in the stomach with it and then throws it at him but misses.
Completely misses there.
Almost hit the referee.
Yeah. Oh.
Mike picks up the skewer bat again.
I don't think anyone
Another huge shot with the skewer bat, and we see Blaine leaning on the ropes.
back.
Mike walks up behind him and throws his leg over and chokes him on the middle rope. As Mike stands over him, he takes his spurs from his boot and starts cutting Blaine's forehead. He gets off Blaine and he starts looking around the ring for more weapons.
Does that do more damage when he comes in? He's obviously
He bends over and picks up the pair of bolt cutters.
mental edge that he has been through something like
Mike
that.
making fun of Blaine Evans for losing the spiral death match. He took too much time as Blaine punches him in the stomach and then smashes a broken light tube into his head.
Like you said, you go.
We get a shot of Blaine trying to make it back up to his feet.
Anything you can go through.
Walks up to Mike and sits him up and leans him on the middle rope.
Exactly.
Already. Yeah.
And I think we're seeing.
Once he gets him propped up, he goes to the other side of the ring and grabs a bundle of tubes.
Now, 4 of them.
Blaine walks up and hits him with the bundle, but the tubes don't break, so he picks it up and does it again.
Look how hard they are. It just shows you. Oh my
I
goodness.
am the light tube.
To the back.
There we go, and we see Mike roll out of the ring.
Glass everywhere.
Blaine climbs through the ropes and falls him to the outside.
Flying almost into the crowd.
Oh yeah.
He grabs Mike by the head and smashes his face into the table.
Table.
Mike takes a seat on the table and Blaine starts punching him in the face.
Blaine Evans. Determination in his eyes right now. No fear to boot.
Blaine starts walking out into the crowd.
Hand to take Moshpit Mike out.
Absolutely.
He starts running at Mike, but Mike counters and picks him up and hip tosses him through the table.
Oh my goodness.
Yet another broken table.
Mike stands up to his feet and walks over to the ring and grabs a chair.
Floor like you were talking about earlier.
He starts walking up to Blaine and he lines up the chair and gives him a chair shot to the back.
Right to the back.
Ow, and when you go through one of those tables
Mike walks away and goes to the other side of the ring.
on 2 separate hard
He
objects.
starts dragging over a wooden baby crib with a bunch of barbed wire and light tubes.
The crib from hell.
He adjusts the light tubes and then tells the fans to give it up.
His crib.
Oh.
He's about to
He
introduce.
starts walking up to Blaine Evans and throws the broken table out of the way.
Magic happens.
This is how I was raised, probably.
He walks up to Blaine and stands him up and starts setting him up for an Irish whip, but Blaine counters and sends him into it.
Oh
Oh
no!
God. Okay, I was expecting someone to go into the crib. He just went straight through it from the side.
Like the announcer just said, I was really hoping someone was going to get slammed into the crib.
Shoot style, baby.
Blaine walks over and gets on top of Mike for the pin, but only gets a 2 count.
Who has to
Only
sleep
2.
in that every night?
Someone's gonna have to put that back together. It's their kid.
Blaine grabs Mike and stands him back up and gives him a big headbutt.
Sleeping in barbed wire.
Parents of the year.
He punches Mike in the stomach and then takes him by the head and starts walking him towards the crowd.
Getting thud.
He walks him out to the grass where we see what looks like a VCR or DVD player with gusset plates glued to it, and he tries to stick Mike's head into it, but Mike punches him in the stomach and sticks his head into it.
This is the epitome of it right here.
I don't know if I'd call this quite.
Moshpit Mike picks it up.
This is fan hostile.
Fan interactive.
Yes, interactive.
nailed Blaine in the back with it, and we see Blaine rolling around in pain.
Something.
Some sort of electronic.
Absolutely. Maybe one of those old scrambler black boxes. Who knows?
Oh. Those are quite prestigious, though.
Mike's still going at it with that fan as he stands Blaine up.
Absolutely. 100%.
Mike starts setting him up for a suplex on the floor.
Oh, now look at this suplex coming up.
And
Oh, right on that gravel.
God.
Big ass suplex on the floor from Mike, and he goes for the pin on Blaine and only gets a 2 count.
Slap is one thing. That's a lot of surface damage.
Mike smiles and points at a fan in the crowd and then rips off his ICP shirt.
Right. There's no give, nothing.
He takes the shirt and stands over Blaine and starts choking him with it.
Moshpit Mike. Now he's
Choking
feeling
him
it.
out. He's got that shirt. Everything he has at his disposal using.
He takes the shirt off Blaine and starts standing him back up to his
Do
feet.
something because it's not going to be easy to put him away after.
He grabs Blaine by the arm and twists it once again and then starts walking him over to the bleachers.
I mean, what a
This
battle that
man
was.
literally got
Mike gives him a knee to the stomach and then takes his head and shoves it into the broken bleachers.
Kicked out.
So what are you gonna have to do to him?
Mike gives him a big blow to the back and then stands back up to his feet and starts walking over towards the ring.
That's smart.
Yeah.
As Blaine lays there in pain, we get a shot from another camera of Mike walking over by the crib and he picks up a bunch of light tubes.
24 hours, not nearly enough time to heal.
Mike starts walking towards Blaine with the light tubes and tells the fans they better watch out.
Oh, it is brutal. Couldn't even look.
Walks up to Blaine and destroys him with the tubes.
Right tubes. Oh my good. Right
Busted
on
him
the
right over the head with the tubes, and we see the IWA Deep South fans watching, and Mike tries to grab a light tube to cut him with it and drops it.
Now,
He picks it back up though and starts carving up Blaine's forehead.
digging it now.
And you even get a nip.
Mike takes it off Blaine's head and smashes the back of his neck.
Again, insult to injury. Light
Mike
tubes.
smiles and poses for a picture on top of Blaine.
About the glass itself, these guys have to walk on, get slammed.
Grabs Blaine by the head and stands him back up to his feet again.
But Mike's adding injury.
He starts setting Blaine up for an Irish whip, but Blaine reverses it and sends him towards the ring. Mike's running towards the ring and then he just stops.
Stop.
Putting,
On the long.
He yells something out to the fans and grabs a cactus out of the ring, and Blaine walks up to him and he nails him in the stomach with it.
to the midsection.
We get a shot of the cactus and all the broken fucking glass, and Mike tries picking it up
Can't
again.
even hold that thing.
Mike stands there holding the cactus up for the fans.
Look at that. That is.
He stands a bloody ass Blaine Evans back up to his feet.
Oh no.
Slams the cactus into his fucking balls.
God.
Cacti right to the brown eye.
Did he just do that?
Cactus to the sack. Right there. I guess when in doubt, stab him in the dick.
Just because I'm the bad guy?
Jesus.
Mike walks up to Blaine and stands him up to his feet once again and brings him over to the ring and pushes him in.
I'm a fairly kinky guy, but of the million things I can think of, I want happening.
Mike starts freaking the fuck out about a thorn in his finger.
My mind.
No, thank you.
Once.
And I don't think Blaine Evans
He walks over to the side of the ring and tells the ref to pull the thorn out of his finger.
pulling the needles out of the hand of Moshpit Mike again from that cacti.
God, look at the blood gushing out of the head of Blaine Evans.
Oh,
there.
look at that. Of course, like you said, no cushion. It was all light tube.
Blaine stands back up in the ring and Mike walks up to him and he punches him in the stomach.
Mike, no matter what's going
He grabs Mike's head and gives him a big blow to the face and then starts walking over towards the corner and throws his face into the turnbuckle.
Yeah, and if you're doing things like this to a guy,
Mike rolls out of the ring and we see Blaine walk over to what looks like a Caribbean spiderweb with a pane of glass and he picks the pane up.
Fools him.
Mike starts walking around on the outside of the ring and we get a shot of Blaine standing there holding the pane.
that's a
He walks over to the ropes and puts the window down, but Mike punches him and grabs onto him and starts pulling him outside the ring.
just how strong those.
He grabs Blaine and stands him up against the ring post and goes to punch him in the face.
They don't
go.
give. Measuring him now. Oh! You heard
Blaine moved out of the way and Mike punched the steel, so Blaine punches him in the stomach.
Absolutely. The unforgiving ring
He
post.
grabs Mike by the neck and starts choking him against the ring post.
Evans with the upper hand in this match.
He leaves Mike sitting against the ring post and walks up to the ring.
kicking contest now.
Blaine starts grabbing onto that giant fucking window.
Sheet of glass stone.
Picks the whole fucking thing up and chucks it at Mike.
Yeah.
Right.
The glass broke at the last second, but we still see Mike selling it, and Blaine walks up and stands him up and throws him into the ring.
All over him.
I don't know how much more he could take. Because Blaine Evans.
Blaine follows him into the ring and rolls him over onto his back and goes for the pin again and gets another 2
Yeah,
count.
1, 2, and only 2. Moshpit Mike is still in it.
And let's not discount
We see Blaine sitting on his knees looking for his next weapon.
through absolute wars.
Absolute wars. Yes.
Blaine grabs onto Mike and puts him in a headlock, but Mike counters and spins out of it.
IWA
what do we
Deep
got
South.
here? Oh, Did you see that?
Mike sits over Blaine and starts punching the stab wound on his arm.
Catch as catch can, traditional pro wrestling right here.
A lot of people, because these guys
Mike stands back up to his feet and starts looking around the ring.
sometimes just what accomplished wrestlers they are.
Absolutely right.
He walks into the corner and picks up a board and shows it to the fans.
These are professional wrestlers.
Mike telling the fans that he picked up a board filled with porcupine quills and he lays it down on the mat.
This earlier before Nathan Hamilton.
He walks over towards the ropes and picks up another light tube.
Spikes, whatever they are, coming out of that
Whatever it is,
board.
it's gonna hurt like hell.
Oh yeah.
So, someone is not going to.
He tries starting up a mosh pit Mike chant as Blaine stands back up to his feet.
Wait a minute.
Crowd starts chanting Blaine's name instead of Mike, and Blaine gets up and punches him in the stomach and starts setting him up for a Russian leg sweep.
Russian light.
Oh
Blaine planted him into the board, and Mike gets up, and you see all the quills stabbed into his arm. I slowed it down and zoomed in, and bro, look at all those fucking quills stabbed into his body.
no! Like a porcupine!
Blaine rolls him onto his back and goes for the pin and gets the 3
And
count.
it's over, thank goodness!
Mike rolls over and flips onto his stomach, and we see all the quills sticking into his fucking back as he screams in pain.
Your winner, Blaine!
The cameraman walks up and gets a nice shot of those fuckers. As Mike lays there stuck in the ring, they start Blaine's music up, but then they cut it back off, and that's a wrap on this match, guys. After the match, Moshpit Mike had a word to say to the camera crew.
Yo, Mike, you good? What's up?
Bro, am I good? Are you fucking serious? Look at this shit. I have... I ain't good. Matter of fact, I'm fucking great. Like, yo, I'll be honest, this this fucking hurts, and this fucking sucks, but I don't give a shit. This is why I'm here. I didn't win this time, but next year I'ma fucking win the Carnage Cup, because nothing will stop me. If I survive this, there's not one goddamn thing on this earth that's gonna stop me from winning the next Carnage Cup. Now hold the fuck on, because I need to find a fucking doctor. Medic!
Blade moved on to the 4-way final match where he was the second one eliminated after Remington Roar picked him up and slammed him through light tubes and a pane of glass.
This is gonna suck.
Power slams are 1, 2, that's it, it's eliminated!
Thanks for watching the video, guys. That right there was the Porcupine Quill incident. That shit looks so sick stuck in his back. This isn't the best match I've ever covered, but I figured I'd shine some light on IWA Deep South. I got some more big shit coming to the channel soon, so stay tuned. Check out my second channel, Blako5612. You can also follow me on Instagram for sick deathmatch clips at Blako561_. If you guys would like to find me on Twitch, Twitter, or TikTok, look up Blako561. There's a link to all my social media in the description where you can hit me up. And if you guys would like to see Discord exclusive matches and talk about death matches or any crazy shit, head to my Discord. There's a link in the description below as well. I said it once in the beginning and I'll say it again. If you're enjoying this content, please hit the subscribe button. I know we'll get it back positive eventually, but it's time to start it up. We literally had it to almost 60% subscribed, but I already know we're gonna get it back positive again. Mark my words. If you guys enjoyed this video and you'd like to show support, please consider heading to patreon.com/Blako561. I've been traveling and going to shows such as XPW's We Are Not Your Kind and No Peace Underground Samsara. Joe and Drake went at it in a sick fucking light tube death match and they used so many tubes. The match is definitely the death match of the year so far. No Peace Underground, Schlack almost killed Atticus Cogar. Not only can you see those shows, but you could see Garbage Volume 1.
Ready? Filming? Filming?
You filming?
Gotta go quick, ready?
Here's a clip from the DVD of my little bro Gator jumping into a barbed wire trampoline.
Oh shit! Oh!
I think he's bro.
You could see the rest of the live events that I've filmed, the videos YouTube's too pussy to let me keep up, Patreon exclusive matches and videos, giveaways, shoot interviews, music videos, and more. That leaves me at my special thank you and major shout out to my Patreon family. That's Wolfie Kohaku, Garrett McNulty, Matt Watts, Logan Flanagan, Thomas Sanchez, It's Stuck Sandwich Film, CL Vision, Crashy, Benjamin Ailing, CEO, Dylan Petrocelli, Yogi Dick, Jeremy McNarly, Martin Guerrero, Jake Steele, Calculating Infinity, Baker, David R, Chris Graham, KJR, Derek, Silent Enigma, Hizzle Bizzle, Orion Bailey, Hollow Point, my new best friend Christian, Stuart McFerrin, Alex Byrne Tattoos, Tracy Warrobe, Trav, Brian Wargotch, Josh Taylor, MP Mandu, Christopher Perellas, Dylan Mullins, For the Boys, Crack Yo, John Botterio, Diego Ortiz, Chase Wolf, Brian Colville, Standigan, Naaman, Shane Morgan, Mr. Tobias, Nick Normal, UILNR, Patty Von Clambit, Foros, Bong Studley, Isaac Birdsong, Grave Memories, Joe Plaxkowski, Guavion, CJ Dickmeyer, Marcus Martin, Desundre 419, Egotist, Wayne Conway, Coma Kid, Garrett Ramey, Van Murphy, Joshua Reisig, Twisted Insane, Dan Hannix, D's Nuts, The Whoremaster. And as always, I can't forget the second page hitters. We got Andy A, Michael Perry, Zay, Sean Osmond, Dime Sack, Rick Styles, Terry Willard, Insane Messiah, LB Forever, Matthew McAllister, Alexander Bat, Legend 22, Kelly Miller, Liam 26, Daniel Smith, Eric Buduin, PD Pork Pampuro, Trevor Mills, Thick Pickles, Josh Anderson, Jordan Johnson, Just Chris, Titus Thompson, Mick Phipp, Yuki Noise, Sment, Ryan Lewis Edwards, Tyler Drunk Adam, Gage Gwynn, Blake Sullivan, Spoobini, Quandale Dingle, Rodolfo Rivas, Ryan Bodie, Richard Hutchings, Daniel Gildia, Jeff Bellafuele, Tio Valdi, Toxic D Glover, Efrain Neves, Jeff Diaz, Andrew Francis, Snovex, Corshill Shreds, Caustic Grip, James Rowney, Frank Baker, Ryan Dunn, Patrick, MXLK, Andrew Lewis, Arrowboy 2, Daniel J. Sherritt, Keyless Talea, and last but not least, Zach Jordan. This is my Patreon family that I love so fucking much, and if you say one word about them, I'll throw you off a fucking scaffold like New Jack. As always, love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Later.